everybody, it's Tiffany. I should say, hey everybody out there in Chalk Couture land. Since Chalk Couture came out and started getting traction, I've been asked several times, what do we do with our Chalk Couture? How do we store our Chalk Couture? So starting back with Ken and George, I'm going to give you guys a shout out at Crafts by Two. They're the first ones who asked me about it. And then just in the last couple of weeks, I've had a bunch of requests. So I went on to Chalk Couture and I bought myself a few things. I can't wait to play with them. But the first mission for me is how are people going to organize them? And the beautiful thing about Chalk Couture is that really there's stuff we're already organizing, stencils, right? They just come in a variety of sizes. So what I ordered from Chalk Couture was this giant stencil, and it is 12 by 18, right? So you might think, where am I going to store that? And one of Tiffany's things, well, it fits perfectly in the jumbo fab file. So the jumbo fab file is 12.5 by 18.25 or something like that. But this is 12 by 18. It fits perfectly in there. I don't make a pocket that's big enough to store it. So all I did was cut the packaging that this stencil came in. I just cut it along the long edge. And then you know if you get Chalk Couture, they come in those big fabulous like flat chipboard kind of envelope things. I just cut that. It's not very pretty, but I'm going to share it with you. I just cut that into a shape with a tab and put it in the back so it keeps my stencil flat, and now I can slide it right into my jumbo fab file and I have everything nice and neat and tidy. Now this particular stencil, like a lot of their large stencils, can be cut into a variety of different shapes, right? So how would you store those different shapes? You can either put all of them back into this pocket that you've created, so you're keeping that whole mercantile collection together. Now the mercantile is 18 inches, so if you want to keep everything with it in one pocket, do it in the pocket that you created. But if you do Chalk Couture, you probably have a variety of different sizes. So I picked up a couple of other ones while I was shopping online, right? Anybody who knows me knows that this is the truth. Summer is my happy place. I love to be warm. These are the 5 by 7 stencils, and they fit perfectly in our 5 by 7 stamp pockets. So I've got the cute chick, and then the Summer's My Happy Place, and then they all have instructions on the back. I just cut the instructions off and slipped it into a pocket as well. So now I have the instructions and my stencils, and I can pop those right into my 12 by 18 fab file. And if I chose other stencils in other sizes, you know, we make the pockets in 5 by 7, in 6 by 6, in 8 by 8 and 8.5 by 11, both vertical and horizontal, and 12 by 12. So if you just pile those up in your 12 by 18 fab file, well, if you're not going to buy the big stencils, if you're going to stick with things that are 12 by 12 or smaller, or maybe you're only doing 8.5 by 11, these all fit in fab files. So this is the 12 by 12 fab file. So if you're not going to buy the big stencils, or you don't mind cutting them into the smaller pieces and storing multiple smaller pieces from a big stencil in one of the pockets, then they're going to fit right in the 12 by 12 fab file. Or again, if you're only using 5 by 7, the 5 by 7 fab file is going to be perfect for those. So, so pocket sizes, 12 by 12, 8.5 by 11, vertical and horizontal, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, and then of course 5 by 7 as well. So we've got the perfect pocket, and these are either in the fab file section on the website or in the paper handler section, depending on what they fit in. So get the pockets that are going to fit your Chalk Couture stencils perfectly, and then choose your fab file to store them in. Okay, so we've got your stencils taken care of. Now you need to worry about your tools and your inks and paints, right? So good news, I shouldn't say, I said paint, but I meant paste. So these are the same, these are both the same size, and they fit perfectly in the Edna bag, right? So I'm thinking you could probably get, I only have 2, but I'm thinking you could probably get 9 or 10 into the Edna bag. She's 11 inches. These look to be a little bit bigger than an inch. So I'm going to say you can probably get 10 in the Edna bag. And then what about all those tools, right? The Leanne Buddy bag is perfect for all the tools. So here is my 4-inch squeegee, and then I've got this small squeegee as well, right? I've got my erasers here, and I just slipped my erasers into one of our medium stamp and die pockets, just as a place to store it. I know after you use it, it's kind of like a magic eraser, but it just gives you a place to kind of keep it contained, and if it's messy, it's all nice and neat and tidy. And then of course, little paste wax. So all the basic things. So you can create a little toolbox of your Chalk Couture tools that you can take with you if you're going to go somewhere, or just store everything together in your craft room or on a shelf. And then again, your paste and chalk are going to go perfect right here in the, the ink and paste are going to go perfect in the Edna bag. So what do you need to organize your Chalk Couture? An Edna bag or 2 or 3, a Leanne bag for your tools, and then you just need to choose. Are you going to go with a big fab file because you like the big stencils, or are you going to choose one of the smaller ones? If you only work in 5x7, 5x7 fab file is perfect for you. The 12x12 is super versatile because you can cut down those bigger stencils, put them in the smaller pockets, and still throw them in the 12x12 fab file. If you have a ton of them and you need something a little bit thicker, so here's the different thicknesses, the 12x12 versus the 12x18. This was designed for kids' schoolwork, for construction paper size things. We also, don't forget, we have the album storage file. So the strap hinge album storage file is a little bit wider, but it's going to work in the 12x12 dimension as well. I guess that's it. Thanks so much for tuning in and learning a little bit about how to store your Chalk Couture with Totally-Tiffany products. As always, if you have questions, you can call us, or you can email us, or you can send us a message via Facebook, and we're happy to answer questions for you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.